Candidates for State Senator, District 11. Joshua Ayala. Party, Republican. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, none submitted. Biography. Born in Phoenix, Arizona, and raised in Laveen, Arizona, I went to Roosevelt District School Southwest. I'm married with 2 children. I have owned a financial services company for 10 years and have been in financial services for 21 years. I believe in God. I am very passionate about the community and love to serve it, which is why I am running for the state senate. Statement. Have 3 focuses: unity, family, and safety for our area of Laveen, South Phoenix, and Guadalupe. Unity is important because growing up in these areas, being a mixed-race individual had many struggles, including segregation. I know we can improve unity with effort from the community, programs, and awareness. Family, which I believe is the cornerstone of the community in which I am a 4th-generation Arizonan, increasing programs, and events surrounding family togetherness are vital to a healthy, growing community. Safety is vital to our area as drug use and homelessness increase. My focus is to work with city officials to increase policing. I have experienced firsthand when my home was broken into and many things stolen, with the police taking 3 hours or more to show up in South Phoenix. When I was a resident of Ahwatukee, my niece accidentally dialed the police, and they were there in under 5 minutes. I will work hard for the community so that we get the same response time and treatment as the example I gave. Catherine Miranda. Party, Democrat. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, none submitted. Biography. District 11, one of the most diverse communities in Arizona, has been my home my entire life. I believe a legislator must maintain close contact with the community and must be available to the people at any time. From the devotion of time at St. Catherine's of Siena Parish to the time spent at American Legion Post 41, where my Korean War veteran father was a member, to my involvement in sports in the South Mountain community. This community has always been there to support me in all my endeavors, and I look forward to giving back. Statement. Priorities. Education. As a former teacher, school administrator, and school board member, education always comes first for me. I understand the struggles firsthand what teachers and students face every day in our classrooms. During my time at the legislature, I fought against taking resources out of public schools and supported increasing funding to pay our teachers a living wage and bring more dollars into the classroom. Now more than ever, Arizona is at the forefront of defining what our public education will look like for generations to come. Our community needs an experienced public education champion. 2. Homeless and the SMI population. Our district needs a senator that can get bills signed into law. I did just that. My bill, SB 1311, was signed by Governor Katie Hobbs on April 16th and will require access to create recommendations to improve the information gathered on the SMI community and give assistance to those who need mental health services, but do not qualify for court-ordered evaluations. We need to know how often are persons with a serious mental illness getting arrested, going into emergency departments, having inpatient hospital stay, getting arrested, and ending up homeless. My bill will do just that. Candidates for State Representative, District 11. Cesar Ivan Aleman. Party, Republican. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, none submitted. Biography. My name is Cesar Aleman. I am a husband to my beautiful wife, Alejandra, with whom I've celebrated 10 years being married. I'm blessed with 2 amazing children. I've lived in Arizona 32 years. 25 have been in LD11. I am proud to say that I am part of the first class to graduate from Cesar Chavez High School back in 2002. I have worked in both the nonprofit and corporate world throughout my career, and now work in full-time ministry at Levine Baptist Church. I am passionate about serving our community and helping bring solutions to our needs. Statement. I thank God for living most of my life in Arizona and seeing the growth throughout the years. Arizona has potential, and District 11 can lead the way. Unfortunately, the increase in crime rate, the lack of securing our border, and the distribution of fentanyl is hurting our district and our state. Our streets are not safe, and there's a lack of police presence due to the low officer-to-community ratio. School choice and opportunities to help families through empowerment scholarship accounts need to be preserved. As your elected official, I will represent our district and not a political party agenda. As your elected official, I will act in serving the people by working together in a bipartisan manner and compromise for what's best for our district and our state. I support all life, and we must defend and protect it. It is our responsibility as a community to give our children and those to come after them a better and safer future by leading by example and working together for the common good. My simple objective is to serve our community and every resident of District 11, giving them a much-needed community voice in the State House. Michael D. Butts. Party, Democratic. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, www.electmichaeldbutts.com. Biography. Michael believes all Arizonans should have access to clean water, nutritious food, affordable housing, personalized public education, top-tier medical care, and non-polluting energy. As an Arizona Department of Child Safety case manager, he was tasked with providing resources to parents. Michael fought to keep families together. Michael spent 5 years teaching and 3 years in administration. Michael taught global perspectives to seniors. They learned to argue for or against issues such as climate change and technology. As an elementary and high school administrator, he learned that families have one thing in common: the desire to see their child succeed. Statement. Michael went to work for his community at the early age of 16, volunteering as the president for at-risk inner-city kids. Later, Michael took on the responsibility of being a community leader by becoming a Cincinnati police officer. Michael is the great-grandson of Willie Lee Abernathy, Jr. and the great-great-grandson of Willie Lee Abernathy, Sr., both former Baptist pastors. As a distant nephew of the civil rights icon, Reverend Ralph David Abernathy, Michael felt an even greater call to leadership. He felt that call was in Phoenix, Arizona, and thus relocated his family in 2006. While pursuing his education at Arizona State University, Michael joined Phi Beta Sigma fraternity in 2011. In 2017, Michael was approached to lead as an educator. He taught high school for 2 years and social studies to 5th grade students for 3 years. Michael established mentors for 5th grade students. Developing leaders resonated with Michael in such a way that he obtained his master's in educational leadership through Northern Arizona University while continuing to teach. He received his administrator certification and is now supporting the initiatives of the Agua Fria Union High School District. Junelle Cavero. Party, Democratic. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, www.caveroforaz.com. Biography. Junelle Cavero is a mother, small business owner, and community advocate for equal opportunity, equity, and economic security. As a mother of 2 daughters, Junelle is concerned with affordable housing, good-paying jobs, reproductive health, Arizona's economy, the growth of homelessness, public safety, environmental justice, and the future of our children. Statement. As a proud resident of South Mountain for the last 10 years, Junelle began her activism in Arizona working against SB 1070 and fighting housing discrimination while at the Arizona Fair Housing Center. Raised by working-class immigrant parents, Junelle's career in civic engagement was inspired by her father, a Navy Vietnam veteran and member of the Letter Carrier Union. For over 25 years, Junelle has worked endlessly to create better policy for American families. Her previous work experience includes monitoring and drafting policy on the federal and state level, advocating for World War II veterans' equity, and coordinating the largest medical record program at the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. Joseph Charles Dailey. Party, Republican. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, none submitted. Biography. As a long-standing resident of the South Phoenix community for more than 20 years, I, Joseph Dailey, present myself not only as a candidate, but also as a committed father of 3. Professionally, I hold the esteemed position as a Global Engineering Director for Safety and Security. My educational background includes a Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering and an MBA from ASU. I have garnered numerous patents and accolades throughout my 35-year career, demonstrating my expertise and dedication. I have overseen multiple teams spanning various disciplines and projects, imparting valuable training to foster effective collaboration and achieve shared objectives. Statement. In my time in the South Phoenix community, I've seen our community flourish, and I am committed to ensuring that this progress continues for generations to come. My political principles are deeply rooted in both constitutional and financial conservatism, values that guide my vision for our community. However, I am someone who deeply cares about the well-being of every member of our community, especially those in need. I believe in offering a helping hand, not simply a handout. Central to my platform is the belief in the importance of limited federal government and the preservation of our states' rights. I will advocate for Arizona's autonomy and work to reclaim powers rightfully belonging to our state as outlined in the U.S. Constitution. I believe Arizona has the right to defend our state against all encroachments, so I will propose and support our Border Patrol, the border wall, and our local law enforcement. Above all, I believe in the importance of individual liberty and personal responsibility. I will defend our God-given rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Together, let's build a brighter future for South Phoenix. one grounded in prosperity, opportunity, and the values we hold dear. Oscar de Los Santos. Party, Democratic. Campaign funding, participating. Website, none submitted. Biography. Representative Oscar de Los Santos has dedicated his life to serving the working families of South Phoenix, Laveen, and Guadalupe. A former sixth-grade English teacher, Oscar believes in a high-quality public education for our community's children. As the head of public policy for Arizona Food Banks, he worked successfully with both parties to pass legislation to combat childhood hunger. Earlier in his career, Oscar worked in President Obama's presidential campaign and in the Obama White House. The proud son of Mexican immigrants, Oscar is a Rhodes Scholar. He earned a Master of Public Policy from Oxford University. Statement. Growing up, I saw my dad come home exhausted every day from his job at the factory. And when I was a sixth-grade teacher, I made $29,000 a year. I know what it's like to barely get by while prices spiral out of control. That's why, in office, I have been a champion for everyday working and middle-class Arizonans. To bring down the cost of rents and mortgages, I introduced HB 2763, a landmark bill that would take on predatory out-of-state corporations that are buying up our houses and selling them back at exorbitant prices. I am also working around the clock to give our teachers, school nurses, bus drivers, and other education staff a big raise. And I am not afraid to take on Trump-style extremist politicians. I will never back down from defending our voting rights and democracy and protecting access to abortion. I am proud to be supported by a broad coalition of labor unions, women's rights organizations, environmental groups, and progressive leaders. I hope to earn your support, too. Izaak Ruiz. Party, Democratic. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, ruizforaz.com. Biography. For 50 years, my family members have been dedicated educators in South Phoenix. My beloved mother, Peggy Ruiz, dedicated 15 years to teaching until breast cancer tragically claimed her life when I was just 12. Her words, "Give your life for others, change the world," have steered me toward a life of service. A commitment shared with my beautiful fiancée, Liz, a Marine Corps officer. Annually, our family hosts the South Phoenix Levine MLK Jr. Luncheon, a cherished community event focused on Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous words. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Statement. I am running for the House of Representatives for Levine, South Mountain, Guadalupe, and Central City. Armando Ruiz, my father and former state representative, told me to be a public servant, not a politician. After college, I had the opportunity to apply for a job with the United Nations. Instead, I chose to return home and give back to my community by working at a local school and nonprofit food bank. I have learned how to work with community leaders and find solutions to community issues. Affordable housing. I worked with community educators to establish Teacher Town, affordable housing for teachers. Safe neighborhoods. I worked with community members to remove a violent bar that brought drugs next door to our elementary school. Global education. I co-founded the Academy of the Americas, a program that takes students from South Phoenix to Washington, D.C., and other countries to discuss solutions with leaders in education, politics, and business. I would be honored to have your vote.